the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Hello and welcome to my channel and to the game called Myst. Now, I don't know if anybody of you have heard of this game before, but this game is actually 31 years old. I can't believe it. I can remember when this game first came out. I played this game back in 1994, 30 years ago. And I love this game. I love the art style of it. It's the first 3D rendered game that I had ever played. And it was such a fantastical idea. I love the puzzles. I love these type of games, these puzzle type games. And yeah, I mean, this is a real nostalgic trip for me. The game, when it came out, was all rendered images, and you just navigated between images, so it was all static, but you still had felt a sense of immersion. Now it's been really re-released. It's been re-released several times, but this time it's got a VR mode in it. I am playing the Myst universe in VR. I can't wait for this. I am so looking forward to it. Now, I do remember how the puzzles go. I have played it again recently, but this is my first time in VR, and I do know how the puzzles go. So really, this is going to be more of a guide for you if you want to use it as a guide, because I'm explaining how to get through the game. It does last about 4 hours, because I will be doing quite a bit of reading, so you can get into the lore of the game and just play along with me and enjoy the storyline that comes along with this as well. So without further ado, let's start, shall we? And here we go. And here we are. We're on the dock, and we are on the Myst Island. And this is so familiar, it really is. There's the ship that sunk. We have to find a way of raising that ship. Now, I will warn you that there are parts of this game where you need to go in the menu, for instance, to access the photo library. But however, for some reason, the developers haven't got the menus working on the spectator screen. So as a result, you won't see anything when I go into the menu. I will, because it's in my VR headset, but for some reason it won't show up on the recording, unfortunately. Anyway, so let's get on with it. These are marker switches. They are important, and if I turn this one on, I will show you shortly why these are important. If you're wondering what type of a computer I used to play this game 30 years ago, it was a MacBook. It was the MacBook that had the very first trackpad, and it was 640 by 480 screen size with 8-bit color. It's a 25 megahertz processor. I remember that much about it. I can't remember the hard drive size. I think it was about 150 meg. Yeah, it was just, in today's standard, it's nothing, you know what I mean? Here's another marker switch. Now, these areas, many of these areas are gateways to other ages. And we will see as we unlock all of these as we go through the story. And this looks absolutely amazing in VR, I've got to say. There's the big tree. That tree is important. We have here a building. Well, I'll show you what that building is shortly. I'll leave that one that marker off for the moment, but if we go in here, this is the library, and this is the hub of where all the activity is contained. We have here, over here on the wall, we have a map, and the map is interactive. We have here, this is the ship, and this is those cogs, and this is the library. These are the two items where we turn the marker switch on. Now when I turn the marker switches on all other places, they will appear on the map. Okay. This is a tower. If I turn this and I turn it to point at the ship, the line turns, it's supposed to be red, but it looks more orange on my screen, and it says up there, tower rotating. And if we go outside and look up, you will see the tower at the very top. That was the thing that rotated. Okay, so I'll show you around the island for a bit first. There is a rocket ship. If I go and turn this rocket ship marker on, this looks so cool. This was one of the things that got me into the game to start with. When I saw the screenshot of the rocket ship in the game, I thought, I want to play that game. I thought this rocket ship looks amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually fly. There's that marker switch. So now we've turned that on, and we head back to the library, and I will quickly show you what has happened. And now when we look in here, we can see that the rocket ship is lit up on the map, and we can actually turn. Let's see if I can catch it turning. No, not quite. And now it's facing the rocket ship. We will see when we go up to the tower eventually. Here is where we raise the ship. There you can see there's a sunken ship in this font, and what's the word I'm looking for? Corresponds to the ship over there. Here is another marker. When you come across markers, it's always a good idea to turn them all on. We have a building here. I will show you what's in there shortly, but we'll turn the marker on. We have a hut here. Turn that marker on. And inside this hut, we have it looks like a boiler and a safe. Now obviously we are going to need a combination, and I will show you how we get that combination a bit later. So we have a boiler. We need to find a way to light the boiler. This will turn, and we can hear gas coming in, but the gas isn't lit. We need the pilot light lit. So I'll leave it off for now, and we'll come back to that. Okay, and here we have that big tree. This tree is an important thing, and it is very strangely planted into the ground. It all will become clear when we get it activated. We have a clock, and we can change the time on this clock. So we will need a time to enter into the clock in order to get over there. There is another marker switch over there, as you see. So we'll head back, and we'll take a bit more a longer look in the library. As you'll see here, we have some burned books, and 5 of the books are not burned, they can be read. So we'll look at those shortly. Over here we have a red book, and on this side we have a blue book. And we can open these books, and when we do, we get this. Static. But the red page next to it has an effect. We can add the red page. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Now, when we open it,
there's one thing I know to be rescued. You must.
Okay, there we go. So we have somebody trapped in this book, and he's asking us to bring him red pages so we can free him. A guy named Cirrus. Over here, we have a blue book. I will do the same with this blue book, and we'll open it.
Serious? Stop. Oil. A seal? You must fucking off. Think help me. Bring me pages. Forever and ever. Pages. Have the blue pages. And then to me.
And we have a guy called Akanar, and he wants blue pages. Obviously, they are both imprisoned in these books, and we need to find blue and red pages. We will find them during the course of the game, obviously. So let's go and start and get into the lore. The first book we're going to get is this one, and we have some reading to do. So I will read this out, so it'll help you get into the lore. And excuse me if my narration is not great, but I will do my best, and do bear with me on this. Thank you. Okay, so I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assumed they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to one of which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colours. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretched from the lower paths to the village level, approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of the enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the centre of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a metre off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colourful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least, to some extent, he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely grey, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold his head up to look at me. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more tomorrow. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly. Some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumbling began, and I grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out. Maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there, and the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and to sleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers had quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of walkway and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as the eye can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts colour. As I wandered throughout the pathways, the creatures watched me. Curious to see what I will do next, they are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age will be a wonderful experience for them all, and at least and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Aknar will react to its curious inhabitants. Cirrus and Aknar over in the books. So they are this guy's sons. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on Osmoian age. Cirrus has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warn the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Neverdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Coctic. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Aknar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Aknar, I said they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. And for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Aknar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Aknar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remember her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Aknar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and travelled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoyed hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and I am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers are giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colours. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humour. Even now, as I look through this very colourful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone, though I will have to think it over their request. I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. Here, it looks like we have a map of the walkways, I believe. And here we have a dwelling in one of the trees. And that was the last page. Okay, we'll put that back. So, this is an age called Channelwood, and it seems it's a forest, which suggests the big tree is the place we need to concentrate on. I've just remembered over here there is a paper, there is a note which I missed earlier, but we'll just quickly run through this with you. I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. I think there's a room there. Enter the number of marker switches on the island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atreus. Okay. So let's count up the marker switches, and we'll quickly do that before we go to one of the ages. So we have 2 here. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 marker switches. So let's quickly head down to the dock. And I'm guessing this is the chamber he was talking about. Well, there we go. What is this thing? That turns it off and on. And we have a panel here. Settings, dimensional imager. Topographical extrusion test 40. Marker switch diagram 47. Water turbulent pool 67. Okay. Let's try this 40 out first. I'll go up. See if that, we'll see what that does. Woo. You have to remember, back in 1993, this was quite groundbreaking. And 47, let's try that one. Oh, I have to turn that off first, don't I? What's this one look like? Ooh! Marker switches. Cool. I like it. And then 67, I think. It was 67, wasn't it? I think. Just check this one. No, that's the waterfall that we saw when we came in. So we might need to set in the number of marker switches in here, I guess. 8.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. I should have known not to have left my library unchecked for so long. I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access key, remember the tower rotation, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
All right. So there he says, remember the tower rotation, and that is key to this game, which I will show you shortly. Very shortly, actually. We're going there now. So let's head up to the library. And we'll turn this tower to point to the tree as there we go. Okay, now how do we get to the tower? There's no way you could spend a long time looking around the island for an entrance, but you won't find one on the outside. You'll find it in here, and if you look here, it's showing a passage, and this looks like this room. This one shows the outside door there. So that looks pretty much the same. But this one, where that could be. So if we go up to this and we grab this handle and we put it down. Come on. Aha, there we go. There is our passage. Okay, we have an elevator with some lovely yellow washed walls. All right. So look here. Let's go upstairs. Let's go up these steps first, and we look out through the slit. We can see there is the tree, and we can actually see the roof of the library and the round building. So we head back down, and back here we have some numbers. Now you are able to take photos with this game and look in the photo library, but as it is, you can't see what goes in the photo library, so I'm not going to bother with doing that. I remember that number, 922. Now you can play the game in classic mode. Classic mode will do the same puzzles that came out with the original game, so they will always be the same clues and same answers. However, they do include a randomized game where these clues are always different every time. So each time I play, they will have a different clue. So we have to go through this to find out what they are. So 922 is the number we need. Let's go. And to get back out, we just need to pull this lever. And we are able to head back outside. Now if we go in here, remember we have this safe, and this is where we enter our numbers. 9, 2, 2, and there we go. And what we have here looks like to be an ignition system. Now let's see if we can get this. There we go. We have our pilot light on. Let's turn this on. Something happening. We go outside. Ah, the tree is coming up. It's getting higher. Now we have looks like some sort of elevator. Interesting. All right, so now we need to find a way of getting in that and getting down below. So best way to do that is to turn off the burner, hurry up back to the tree, and we get in here as it comes down to our level. There we go, perfect timing. So you have to be quick. First time I played the game, it took me several attempts to get that right. And we have a new room. And we have a linking book. And off we go. We are going to Channelwood. And here we are. This looks amazing. And it feels like really there. I mean, when I first played the game, I had a wonderful sense of immersion in the game, but this is so much better. We have pipes on this walkway by the looks of it. If we head over this way, let's go and look at the windmill. We have little creatures in this forest. Frogs! Where are you going, fella? Oh. Oh. Funny. I don't remember that being in the original game, I must admit. What is happening in here? So we have a large tank. And this must be a little windmill pump. Well, that stops the water coming through. So I'm guessing this turns the water on. Is that right? I can hear water coming through the pipes. Now there's water. It looks like that marker is pointing in that direction, so I'm thinking the water's going down here. And so we have some sort of mechanism here, but we have no lever. And we have a door which has no handle, so we can't open it. No. So let's try diverting the water. So the water is now going this way. And it's going down this way. You can hear the water still. If I go down this way, the water stops, so that's the wrong direction. And you can see here, it's pointing in this direction and pointing over in this direction. And this looks like we have an elevator, I think. I don't think I know. We do, we have an elevator. I love the sound of the creaking and the groaning. Oh. We are in the treetops. Look at this. Look at all these buildings up here, going between tree to tree to tree. Let's have a good look around, shall we? And have a look over this way. Now, the other thing with this game is most things in this game are not interactable. I can't pick any of these up. So you have to find out what you can pick up and what you can't. So there's not many things. The only things that tend to be interactable are the things that are important to the storyline. Okay. We'll do a bit of exploring. Head this way. We have lots of places to visit, although nothing of any significance. That's a dead end. What do we have over there? It looks like we have another elevator there. Let's try it out. Nothing. So that obviously means that there's no power to this elevator, and I'm not sure, but I think you'll find, I'm pretty sure actually, that this is where we were down there when we found that door wouldn't open. We have a mechanism here. So we have a series of pulleys. We follow those pulleys. It goes over to that unit there. So let's get round to that. It's a fair way round. This way, and there are buildings further up in the trees too. I'm guessing that's where we need to get to. And that opened the door over there. So now we head back. Okay, we are able to walk down this spiral staircase. Now this is the bit where I get giddy, because in VR this is not pleasant. It probably looks fine on your screen, but believe you me, it is not that pleasant for me. Oh, thank God, I was getting very giddy there. Open the door, here we go, and we can get back. Now, obviously, we need water to this pipe. That pipe goes up to that elevator, so we need to get the water to this elevator. So all we need to do is throw this lever. Wow, this is even worse getting up, going up. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to throw up. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's get in this elevator. Let's see if we've got it working. Yes, of course we have. So we're up in the second level in the trees. Man, it's so high, man, look at that. Feels amazing. This feels so realistic in VR. Well, the obviously the tree modelling leaves a lot to be desired, but it's still, you still get the sense of being there. And what we have here, we have some items. We have somebody's room. We have wine and cookies in there. We have a knife, but we can't slice the cheese. There are some things you can interact with, but you can't really do much with them. There's a red page that gets added to your inventory automatically. Red page suggests this is Sirius's room. Nice sink. We have a document here. Half of a document. So obviously somewhere along the way there's going to be another half. Now, I'm going to take a picture of this. There we go. You won't be able to see it in my photos, but you can take a picture and take a picture of the one, and you can read it within your photos at some point. Have we got anything in here? No? That's fine. Anything in here? We've got a dagger. Can I get that dagger? Wow. It's a shame we got no, there's no combat in this. Alright, bear with me a moment, guys. I'm just going to be disappearing to the toilet. God. Alright, I'm back. What's happened? There we go, that's it. Okay, and over here we have another house by the looks of it. So I'm wondering if this is Akanar's residence. Well, I'm not wondering, I do know. And we'll go through here. Akanar. This looks so gruesome, look at that. What would that be used for? Excuse me, let's slow down a bit. Oh! Oh my god! That is scary. Alright. Wow, the floor isn't very well laid out, is it? Okay, this definitely is Akanar's room. We have a blue page. We pick that up. We have some pretty sinister looking weapons in here. We have a bed that's falling apart. It's pretty amazing. What is this? Is he speaking the language of the monkey people? I should imagine he is.
I hope I pushed the right button, my brother. What a very interesting device you have. Not racing anything important in mind. Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page.
That sounds quite sinister. Take only one page. Ah. Okay, so we have collected a blue and a red page. I think we have actually finished what we needed to do up here, so let's head back down. And we must head back down this way, back down to the very lower levels. Okay. We have to now find a way out of this forest, and over there we have, looks like another elevator, so we need to get over to that. And if we look over here, this pipe goes all the way to the elevator, but it breaks here. So if we turn the water, divert the water to, okay, the water is going That's right, the water's going this way, so I need to divert this back. Oh, not that one, that's the wrong one. It's this one. That's the one. Put this back this way for the moment. And if I should quickly show you, if I divert this over to here, you'll see the water is just pouring out. So that's no good. So what we'll do, we'll head back this way and we'll divert the water this way, not down there because that's a dead end. This way. Another froggy. And we have one here with a lever. Obviously something's happening there. There we go. Now obviously we don't have water coming down here, so we can't use the elevator yet. But we need to get the water diverted to here. But if we come up here, we have a mechanism. And look at that. We can extend the pipes. So let's head back and re-divert the water. Now the good thing about this game is you can't walk off the edge. So there's no fall damage in here, so you don't have to worry about that. We need to head over to this one and divert it. And that should do it. So we head back around here. Fortunately, the path, the little bridge here, stays up. And here we go, you can hear the water. In we go. And up we go. And we have found the exit to this age. This is the linking book, back to Myst. So, off we go. And that was it. That was it for this level, for this age. This is all we needed to do. So what we need to do now is deliver the red page and the blue page.
You've returned. Thank you for bringing me the red page. You must continue to help me. My name is Cirrus.
You've already told us that.
Release me. I beg you to find your name. You must release me, for I need. Release me from this book, which has become. Bring me the red page. I need more red pages, please. Beg. Don't waste time. Look. Don't. My brother. My brother is killed. And I, wrongfully imprisoned. Bring the red page to me.
Okay. Sounds very, very urgent that he wants to get out of there. Very keen indeed.
You've returned. I thought you wouldn't return. Just to rescue me. I'm back now. Don't be my brother. I beg you. Be complete. Don't always blue pages. Listen to him. Listen to my brother. Egotistical fool and a liar.
Ooh,
Help me.
she gets very angry.
Pages. Ignore the red ones. Don't bring the red ones. Earnestly implore you. Wrongfully imprisoned. You must believe me. Will have my retribution. Please bring me the blue pages. Pages, please.
Okay. So what we need to do now is head on to the next age. And that's going to be the next book in this series. And that's called Stone Ship. More reading. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as it was never too far of a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least, that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the small islands, it began to rain. It was nice rain that lasted for an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I could see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night I catch glimmers of light from the horizon, which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source if they have the means. I returned with many tools that I will need for the construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is complete, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problems. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within a few days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without me being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had come accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbours. I feel pleased to leave this cage. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art, that will have more profound impact on this world than I could ever have written. I think this looks like the island. There's the boat, that must be the stern and the bow, and I think this may be the lighthouse. I think of it at this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Starship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown to adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognise. Branch told me that it had not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving with me new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been... Hang on. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rocket was built on and sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimetres. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. And we've got some constellations here. I'm going to need to photograph these, so I'll turn on the camera, photograph that one, photograph that one, and photograph this one, and photograph this one. Okay, there we go. So this is a ship, an age with a ship in it. And we all know where the ship is, out here. So we need to find the clue. We know that the ship is down here. So we'll turn the tower towards the ship. And we'll open our access to the tower. And up the tower we go. The first thing we'll do is we'll check to see that the tower is indeed pointing and looking at the ship, which, yep, it absolutely is. This is really, I love the fact that we can just lean through and look at them. And our clue is we have dates. Now these dates are important. So I'm going to take a picture of this. So we've got 1984, 1207, and 9791. Well, that's way off in the future, isn't it? Let's have a look. Okay, now we'll open up our doorway back again, and we will head over to this building here. And we have here a planetarium. Let's close the door. That is important. Now look at that. That looks wonderful. I like that. This is really cool, especially when you enter the dates. So I'm going to go into my dates and have a look at the dates. You won't be able to see them, but bear with me just a moment while I go and retrieve what the dates are. I'll get the first date up first. So you need to go to photo album. So our first date is October 11th, 1984. That's easy to remember the year. 10:04 a.m. Okay. October the 11th. What was the time? We're going back and having a look. 10:04 a.m. And press the button, and off it goes. Woo, look at that! And there we go. We have a shape. I think this might be a leaf. So we have two dots over here, and we have like a pentagon type shape. Well, not pentagon, but polygon. Let's go to our photo album and have a look through those pictures that we took. And it's a leaf. There it is. So okay, so that's our first image. Remember leaf. And our next date is, what is our next date? It is January 17th, 1207, 5:46. January 17, 1207, 5:46. 5:46. So put this back up. January 17. 1207. 10. Let me have a quick another look. I forgot the time. 5:46 a.m. Oh. Okay. Off we go. And we have another shape. We have 3 dots at the top, 2 on the right, and 2. Okay. And this shape is going to be not that one. 2 dots on the left. Not that one. That one. I think that's the flamingo. No, it's not. Wait a minute. Let me have another look at the shape. 3 dots at the top, 2 on the right. Oops. Nope. Is it that one? I can't find the image. I think it's the cross. No. Have I got the time right? Let me check. 17, 12:07, 5:46. No, that's definitely right. Did I miss a page out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I haven't missed a page out. 3 dots at the top. I keep pressing the wrong button. Oh, there it is. It's a snake. It's the snake. I couldn't see for looking. So that's a snake. So we've got a leaf and snake, and our next date is November 23, 97, 91, 6:57 p.m. November 23, 97, 91, 6:57. So put this to 57. Set this to 18. 97, 91. We'll quickly look at the date. November 23. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's what am I doing? There we go. Okay. Now I've got something wrong. Something hasn't come up right. 97, 91. Is that right? Oh, I think I know what's wrong. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 6:57, not 6:58. Try again. Here we go. Okay, that looks a bit like a triangle shape. Let's have a look what that is. That is the bug. It's the bug. Okay. Yeah. So we got leaf, snake, and bug. Alright, so we found 3 icons. And if we go over here, we have these boxes. If we turn these, we can see it's not that. It's not that. Leaf. I'll leave that one on. It's not that. It's not that. That's one of them. Snake. And there we go, the ship is raising. And you can see over there and here, both ships came up. Okay. I think that will take us now to our next stage. So let's go and have a look. Off we go. And here we are. We are on the ship still. Except this is all flooded with water. And we have the lighthouse here. And this is all flooded with water. We have 2 doors here. Also flooded with water. Up here we have, what do we have? We have a telescope, and this lets us look around. We'll find out what that's for shortly. But we have this thing over here with the little umbrella. Let's go and check out what that is first. So I set this to number 1. And the water has been removed on the ship. Let's go and have a look. And there we are, we're inside the ship. This looks rather magnificent. It's very dull though, very dark. And we have looks like we have a button here which isn't working, so I'm guessing we need to get power to this desk. I don't see anything else in here. So let's head back. So let's head that on the second one. And now we have this free of water, but it's very dark down here. We'll keep going down. We have a door at the end. Aha! This has to be Sirius's room. Very, very posh. Very smart. Well, that's pretty cool. I remember that being in the original game. What's in the drawers? Dagger. I don't know if that's ink or what. What's in this drawer? This looks very sinister. That's a syringe. Oh my God, goodness, look at that. What has he been doing here? globe to turn. We have his very elaborate bed. I don't think we do anything there. And here we have a red page. So yes, definitely Sirius's room. And what's in this cupboard? Oh, very, very posh. Some lovely fine glass goblets. Some lovely plates with a big dot in the middle, which is actually where I'm grabbing it, to be honest with you. A nice teacup. Not teacup, teapot. Anything in these drawers? Nothing in particular. Okay. Alright, so we found the red page from in here. I don't think there's anything else. Let's go back up and see what we can find down the other staircase. Down here. I'm wondering if this is where Emmett and Branch lived. This is where their dwellings were. We have another door. Ooh, that looks very sinister. Who in the right mind would have a rib cage, a human rib cage, as a lampshade? It looks amazing though, doesn't it? It looks so spooky, that. What is this? Oh my goodness, it's a skull hologram. Got some very strange looking bottles. That's his bed. Oh my god, look at this. This looks quite sinister. It really does. And we got some drawers here. Aha! Look what we have here. We have the second half to that page. So let's take a picture. There we go. We have 3 more drawers. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. But there must be a blue page here somewhere. I must have missed it somewhere. Let me have a look again in the drawers. No, there is no blue page, is there? Ah, where is this blue page? This is definitely his room. That's odd. I'm a bit confused as to where his blue page is. It's definitely in this room. I mean, I thought, just check these drawers again. Top one. No. Middle one. No. Bottom one. No. Not in the top one. Not in the middle one. Not in the bottom one. I didn't know I would pick it up, did I? This is very, very odd why his blue page isn't showing up in here. It should be in here. I don't know of anywhere else it could be. No other cupboards or drawers. Okay. In that case, we'll carry on. And we head back to this. Before I do that, I want to have a look in the lighthouse again. Because in here we have a key. And on the wall we have a lock which unlocks these ladders. But the problem is, this key does not reach. No. So, but this is full of water, so let's try the third setting on this pump. Let's see if it takes the water out. And look, the water's disappeared. So let's head down. And we have here a barrel. The barrel's connected to a large cable which goes all the way up to there. So I'm thinking this barrel will float if we fill this place back with water. But it must be way down. There's a chest on the top. If we turn this tap, that lets out all the water. And I guess if we close it back off, and now we set this to there. Okay, so now the water should be back up here, and there we go, look, the barrel's floated up, and this key now fits this chest, and there's another key in there, also on a string, but this one does actually reach. There we go. So now we can walk up to the lighthouse. Turn the wheel, and we have powered up. We have powered up something. Let's head down. Let's go down this way. Now everything's lit up down here, but this has still got water in there, so let's just double check and see if we've not emptied the water. Why is that not emptying? That's odd. That's very strange. Let's have a look in here. So that water's emptied. Is this fixed it? There we go. No! I think we have a bug in the game. this should be the ship, which it is. And that's definitely emptied. Aha, it's worked, man. Okay. This is where we wanted to get. We carry on down here, and now we can see lights. It looks like there's doorways on either side. Ah. Okay. The light's gone off. Let's go and put the light back on. It only lasts a certain amount of time. So we head back down. And we have here an open door. And we are under the water. I love this bit. This looks awesome. And we have a compass. It looks like a compass anyhow. That must be north there. So the only place we know of a compass is the telescope up on the top of the rock. So we head back up. And head up that rock, up to the compass. And we obviously need to get ourselves a bearing. Let's have a look. I'm guessing it's to do with the lighthouse. That is 146 thereabouts, I think. Yeah, about 146. Okay, here it is. And 146. So if that first, that one, the top one up there is 0. This is, oh, power's gone again, so we need to turn it back on. That's 0. That's 180. Obviously 360 degrees in a full circle. So this is 180. Then this has got to be 90. So we need to be in between here and 180. So this will be 45 degrees from 90, which will make this 135. This will be 22.5 degrees from 90. So that would make this 112.5. And we said this one would be 135. So I'm guessing it's got to be this button for 146. If we take 22.5 off 180, that would leave 61. 22.5, 160, 158, 157.5. So yes, it has to be this one. 90, 135, 140. So we're looking at, from 180 we want 1, 2, 3 buttons over from 180. 1, 2, 3 buttons over. Let's go and get this power back on. I'm curious why I didn't find Akonar's blue page in here. I don't know if there's a bug in the game. Charge it back up. Lovely. Back down we go. And the door on the left here. So 3 over from 180. So 180 is here. 1, 2, 3. It's got to be this one. Yes. There we go. Wonderful. Where is Akonar's blue page? I'm going to go back and have a look for his blue page. Because I think there's a bug happened somewhere. That's the right room. Yes. There it is. It's on the bed. I wasn't looking in the right place. Wonderful. So we have his blue page. Now, I believe we should be able to go down into the ship. And that desk should be powered now. Yes, here we go. Look, we have lights down here. Now, this looks lovely, this does. I will be playing the next game in the series from Myst, and that is Riven. I've downloaded this and Riven as part of a pack, and I'll be playing that in VR as well. Wow, look. And back to Myst we go. And here we are. Alright, so let's check on these two brats. These mischievous boys.
Have returned. Additional page. From my prison on this forgotten island of Myst. I see that you are. I am called Sears.
You keep telling me your name for some reason. I already know your
Red
name.
pages, I must search. Bring me 2 more red.
2 more pages.
I am released. I crawl. Warn you, don't touch the blue pages. It's where my brother, wicked brother, he is a man of distorted mind and senses. He disgusts me. Do not release me. Thirst for destruction is none. Never ending. Bring the red page. I beg you, please, release me from this prison. I promise you will be greatly rewarded.
I will I?
You must help me. I beg you to help me.
Okay. Let's go and see what Akinar has to say for himself.
You're bad. Blue pages you brought for me. Oh, I must have some more. I ask of you. No. Since my brother, Cirrus, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid scheme. Pretty speech has been. Read which is endless. Be perfectly obvious to you. Evil and has destroyed all but four. Now bring the red pages to him. You must not let him trick you. Tricked our father. Hideously murdered our father. He'll trick you. He'll murder you. Don't touch the red pages. To bring the blue pages. Listen to me. Listen. You must obey me.
Oh, that must I.
Blue pages are my only hope. You must help me. You must help me.
Okay. So there we go. We got. We're getting closer to releasing them. Whether we choose to, in the end or not, that is up to us. We are going to the next one now. We are going to the. What's this book called? The Silent. I can't read that. Anyway, okay. We'll get to this next stage. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly. I think, for some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north, hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and red have settled above a western horizon. Though the night has come, the horizon still glows red along the past sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one I left there has been destroyed or damaged. I have returned to a different world than the one I left, only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land, with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has returned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume One of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of this lake. The rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed too. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that had been created, and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Sirius and Akinar and make sure everything is going well when I return. I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I've returned with some of the complex tool I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I am looking forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have most of my additions to this age complete within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. And we have writing that is faded. We have a compass. We have what looks like a parabola, some sort of satellite dish maybe. Amazingly strong. We have the rocket ship. We know now from this that our age we are going to in this book is through the rocket ship. One of my most prized inventions. I could never have imagined to come together quite as. Okay, could possibly work 14 instead of. I don't know what that's about. Complete fatigue. I'm so happy to have completed. I am leaving today in order to bring back Sirius and Akinar, and have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteors set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon, but for now I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. We have a keyboard, so I'm going to take a picture of this. Okay. And there's a picture of the island by the exhibit. And this must be where the meteor fell. And I think that's the last page, yes. So, we need to get the rocket ship going. Let's turn the dial to the rocket ship. Tower rotating. Open the tower. Okay. Up we go. We we have, let's go and see at the window. Yes, we are definitely seeing the rocket ship. And our clue is 38 volts. And you're probably wondering, what clue is that for? Well, you will see shortly. Because that is the voltage that is going to be needed to power the door on the rocket ship. So let's open the door. And if we go around to the rocket ship, you will see that we have a cable leading from it. And if I go to try and open it, you will see that it doesn't open at the moment. There's no power. So we have a cable. We follow the cable. It leads along here. Down into this building. So let's enter this building. Now it was 38 volts, wasn't it? All right, we have ourselves here generators, and over here we have power to ship generator switches. We press one of these switches and we can see power is going over to the ship. That's 5 volts. There's 16, there's 21 volts. That would make 29. That would make 26. Well, I get that make 26 if I can find 2 volts. 36, sorry, did I say 26? 36. 1 volt. 2 volts. So let's put all these on. 36. 38. I believe that is correct. Let's go and try it. And we can hear the humming. Follow the cable, it's humming all the way. Good. So, we have power to the ship. Yes, wonderful. And here is the keyboard. Now we need the notes. Unfortunately, you can't see these pictures, unfortunately, because for some reason they haven't got this working in the game, which I have no idea why not. Oh, these are different to the last time I played this. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So F sharp, G sharp, D sharp, C sharp, C sharp. That's good. It's all black notes. That's easy to remember. So the notes we want are, remember this, this is on randomizer, so it's going to be different for everybody else who plays this game. So it's this one, that. And over here we have some sliders. And I think we have to match no, that's, I think that's it. Let's try it. No. Let me have a look at the notes again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. That's what's on that. That don't seem. There's something off here. Let me have a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is. Well, I found another. I think I might have found another bug in the game by the looks of this. Hang the notes again. Bap, bap. That's correct. Actually, have I got that right? Is it that note? Let me have a look. No, it's not. I've got the wrong note at the end. Let's see with this note. Should be that one. That's what I got wrong. There we go. Okay, let's go over to this new world. I'm back in the rocket ship. Is that organ still working here? It does. Aha! And here we are in a completely new world, a new age. We have a door and we have a mechanism. They all seem to have different sounds. And I'm guessing we have to program the sounds into this. So let's have a look around. We'll work up leftmost first. We have our blue page here. And water. Microphone there, so I'm suggesting that's transmitting the sound over to that central tower, is it? Looks like it. Okay. So that's water. What's this one? Ah. Whoa. We have a big lava lake down there of some sort. This big fissure. And that shows a crack in the earth. That's showing the fissure. Over here And we have a clock. And we have clock noises. Yeah, that's definitely going up to that. Oh, what was that? Oh, meteorites. That's cool. Ah, what we got here? There's the red page. Crystals. Okay. And what's this one? Wind. And we can go down here. It's a bit dark in here, but there's a switch here. Uh-oh. Bats! Whoa! Head up this way. So we're on this central mast. Let's see what we have to do here. Okay. Well, that's turning. Well, that's the clock. I need to find the water. Aha. That sounds good. Need the fisher. That looks like the crystals. There's the clock. There's the fisher. There we go. And we need the clock. There's the clock. Crystals, they're not far away. And wind. I'm guessing that's right around this area. Okay. I'll put this on the clock. Let's see. I'm guessing this is going to give us the order that these have to go in. I'm going to fill in the clock is first. The clock. Put it over to there so to see. Clock. Crystal. Clock, crystal. Rumble. Wind. Water. Clock, crystal, fisher, wind, water. Clock, crystal, fisher, wind, water. So it's CC, R, W, W. So water's last. Okay, I think I can remember that. Let's head off. I almost lost my bearings there. And I'm guessing we've got to enter them here. So clock. Clock, crystal. Plot crystal, fissure. You want the rumbling. There we go. Wind. That's already on wind. Water. I got that right. We got that right. Yes. And down we go. I remember this from the original game, this section. There's a little tip I didn't know about when I first played it. There is something that gives you the indication of which way to go. Look at this, we've got all these coils there. Look at this. The amount of detail in this game is incredible. And this was a game in 1993. Although it was image based, you still had this amount of detail in the pictures. It was fabulous. It felt so advanced for its day. So we are in some sort of subterranean train. Pull that down. There we go. Now, when I did this before, I didn't know about the indicator which told you which way, to give you a clue as which way to go, and I got lost. What I ended up doing was actually drawing out the whole plan of this subway system to find my destination. I took a whole page up, and there's so many different combinations. I'll show you what I mean. We have here a ding. There we go. So we go forward. Now if I spin it round, you'll see that we can go northeast, we can go east, we can go west, southeast, we can go west, sorry, south, southwest, west, we can go west if we want, northwest, and north. So there's like, yeah, you've got 8 different directions that you can go in. So you really do need some indication, and I didn't know about this when I first played the game. And I wrote out a huge map on several pieces of paper just to figure out where I was down here. The ding was a ding when we first set off, and the only direction we could go was north. So this suggests that we still have to go north. So let's carry on north. Saying north again. All right. Now that's made a strange noise there. It's like a chirpy noise. So let's see where we can turn. So we can go east. We can go south, but we know the direction is not south. Or we can go west. We can't go northwest. So I'm going to take a punt that noise was west. Let's try it out and see what happens. Same noise. So we're suggesting same direction. Same again. Now we are turning northwest here, and we are now facing north. That's definitely north, so it looks like we're going the right direction. We haven't come across a dead end. North again. This is so cool, I love this. Ah, we had a noise. Now what direction could that be? It's not going to be... We're facing east. And it's not the sound of west and it's not the sound of north. So it could be south or it could be east. But let's have a look, see if there's a south. There isn't a south, so it can't be south. So that noise, it must be definitely east. So let's keep going in this direction. Ah, we had two noises there. We had east and we had north. So, northeast. Let's try it. Same again, northeast. Quite twisty here, this bit. Aha! And here we are at our destination. So we got that all correct. Wonderful. I mean, if I'd have taken the wrong direction, you would have worked it out eventually anyhow. So here we go. Head down here. Look at these huge crystals. Look at them. And look at this. Amazing. Don't forget, this is a game that was written 31 years ago, and you know, it still holds up. It still holds up. Back to Myst. Okay, we're back in the library. So let's go and give these guys their pages. Okay, Cirrus, what have you got to say now?
Each page I see you more clearly. Soon I will be free from this hard prison book. You must visit the one remaining age which you have not. I am confident that clear to you that my brother is demented. He is guilty. He took advantage of the freedom our father had given us long. I can now begin to gain a twisted pleasure, conquest and destruction. I ask you again. Do not retreat, Rangers. He will destroy both myself and you, just as he destroyed the other ages of Myst. I never will escape. To release me, you must simply bring the red page, and I will tell you the story that I, your wisdom, will see that I am innocent and he
Okay. Akanar, how about you?
Oh, my friend. Thank you for bringing the blue pages. Listen. Convinced that Sirius is guilty. Do not release him. Will destroy me. Just the innocent bystander had been wrongfully tricked into imprisonment. Confident you have observed his unbridled lust for riches. 4 remaining worlds. Supply was almost perfect. Blow to father. He tricked him into believing that it was I who was the murderer. I did not murder father. Bring me the remaining blue pages, please. A liar. A fool and a liar. Be freed, or there will... Pages from the last age of Myst. I must be freed. He must free me. I cannot bear it here for eternity. Free me. Pages.
He's very desperate to get out, isn't he? Okay, we have one more age to visit. And this book, there are 5 books, and I will show you the last book briefly. It's showing the fireplace, and it's got a lot of patterns in there. And I will let you know that this goes up into the hundreds. There are so many. I'll quickly show you the fireplace. Let's go to walk. I'm running around everywhere. If I go inside, press this button, there you will see we have to enter the correct patterning, and with hundreds of patterns in that book, we need to find out which one it is. So let's go to the next age, and this age is called Mechanical Age. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures. And it was. The sky here is dark and grey, and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in his strange worlds. I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills which rose higher than the city. On the east of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of travelling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumours of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day the usually sunny sky became dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumoured that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, It would be admirable to save this civilization and stop this enemy's plans of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the native defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, travelled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its grey sky. They detest the grey sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of the Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress I have designed the most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspemere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. And this must be the fortress. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial, their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book. Once again, I must leave. A familiar age in search of a new universe. I have begun, but first I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that would ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. So that's the end of that book. Okay, so this is showing a cog on the front, which suggests it is those cogs over here. Now we need to turn the tower to this. Let's open up the tower door. And head on up. Up we go. Where are the steps? Here. Okay. And sure enough, we are pointing towards the gears. And our clue is 1025 223. I will take a picture of that just to be on the safe side. but I will remember it. 1025 223. Now that is a time, and the only place else now we can enter a time is the clock. If we remember right, if you remember, 223 is the second number. Okay. Now this is actually different from the original game. There was a different setting you could use. They've modified this to the original game. But we need to set this to 10. Now that's interesting. That only does 30 minutes on one rotation. No, this is 25, this one, isn't it? So that is there. And this has to go all the way down to 10. But that only does 45 minutes to there. Let's see if this does in fact work. It does. That's got the correct time. And the other number was 223. We'll turn this switch on. Okay, so we have three numbers. 223 is what we need. So we need to rotate these gears, obviously, to get the numbers lined up for us. So you'd think it'd be quite easy to do, but this is quite a tricky puzzle. Pulling it once, we'll turn them once. Pulling it once and holding it will make the middle one turn twice, but the top one only turn once. And the same on the next one, that only turns once. So do this. Let's get that back to 3. Okay, we've run out of moves, so we have to reset. I'm hoping I don't have to touch the bottom one. So okay, we've gone back to 333, so I'll reset. Actually, I think I only need to do these twice. There we go. Of course it is. 223. So something has changed. Let us head up to where the cogs are and see if anything has changed. And yes, one of them has moved. Here we go. We have the linking book to this mechanical age. Off we go. And fourth and final age. Always feels like you're back in the same place, but you never are. Look, looks very interesting. Is that a weapon on top, I wonder? Never noticed that before. We have some symbols here that we need to put enter. Obviously that isn't working. Lots of gears around here. Okay, let's head down here. Oh my goodness. This looks very sinister. We have some swords on here. Some machetes by the looks of it. And is that one of the monkey people from Channelwood? I wouldn't be surprised if it was. What's in here? Come on. Why is it letting go? Whee! Okay. That gets me every time. And we have here, look, that is what the building we're in. So this suggests... What does it suggest? It suggests that we can rotate the building. Yep. That does suggest that. This says it's a simulator. So we need to see what the speed is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that suggests if I count to 4, it'll do a quarter turn. You'll find out why we need to know that. Okay, we found a door, hidden passage. Ah, blue page. This place is very sinister. What? Why would he do that? Oh my god. That's gruesome. Yes, this aconite seems very disturbed. Okay. This isn't working and there's nothing else in here. But there is a button there. And there is a button here. And this opens this up. That's interesting. Does this have to be... That looks promising. Oh yes, we have an elevator. Now, what's in here? There is nothing around here. But it looks like there might be something on top of that. If I press this middle button, that's telling me to get out, is it? And here we go, we have these levers the same as on the simulator, so... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if that has actually worked. Down. We'll go around this way. And we have found Sirius's room. Ah, it looks like we might have got it to work, because that's where we came in. Got a clock, we've got the boat, got this strange looking woman, we've got a model rocket, we've got these things. He's always got some curiosities in his room. I'm not sure what these are supposed to do, but they look rather pretty. Yeah, it's very nice. A wooden bird. That's good. Is that him? Oh my god, he loves himself so much, doesn't he? I bet it is. Well, we have a button in here. And we have a room opened up. Look at all this money. What is going on in here? What's this? Cirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Achenar. Those brothers really had it in for each other. There's the red page. Alright, we got both coloured pages. Let's head out here. Okay, so we have a different place to come out at. Yes, that's where we started this level. Okay, and we have 2 symbols. So let me take a picture of that. Okay. And we need to rotate the tower again. Turn it another 4. Two, 3, 4. I should do it, I hope. Okay, let's see. Where are we now? I have a feeling we've gone too far. We certainly have. Okay. I need to go all the way around. Let's try this again. I count to 10, I think, or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it might work. So when I go past Sirius's room, I should see the island with the curved stairs. As we do, which looks like we're in the correct place. Yes. And we have these 2 sims. So I'm going to take a picture of this. Okay. So we need to turn the building round 180 degrees. Oh no, I'm going to press the middle button, haven't I? It's amazing with all these gears. And they all move as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that should do it. Fingers crossed. Hope we haven't gone too far. I doubt we have. So we should see ocean here. Yes, good. Yes, we've got it. Perfect. And now we enter what we had on those platforms into here. So let's go to the photo album. Unfortunately, you can't see it. I'm very sorry about that. All on a slope. Horseshoe, half moon, that's it. There we go. And that is another age done. We've got the red and blue pages. Let's head back to Myst. And let's find what this mystery is all about. Before we go any further, I'm going to read the two halves of that letter that we found on those two places. So let's see what. So you won't be able to see anything, unfortunately, because it's in my photo album. But all right. Oh dear, I've got terrible flickering going on with this. I don't know why. Okay, I can't really see it. The vault is located in very plain view on the island of Myst, and access can be achieved very easily if the simple instructions are followed, I guess. First, locate each of the marker switches on the island. Turn every one of these switches to the on position. Then go to the clock tower as a final step. Turn the marker switch there to the off position. Okay. So let's do that first then. So all the switches are on. Let's just double check. That one's on. The one up there is on. That one is not on. We didn't turn this one on for some reason. The one by the rocket is on. This one is on. The clock is on. This one is on, and the tree one is on. So it says to turn this one off. And there we go. We've got a white page. Interesting. So okay. Let's give Cirrus his last page.
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations, you've become convinced that my wicked brother Aknar is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. It was father who was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds of them, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here in this room, on this island named Myst, that he housed most of these books. But such a waste. By now you have surely discovered that Aknar has burnt and mutilated most of these books. Why? Our father was always watchful of our exploration. He grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to his books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst ages than he had given me. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Aknar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final journey. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page, and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158. Recreate the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released. And able to reward you, of course. Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. It chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another one. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
Okay, so he's saying going to page 158 on this book here, and look at that, it's come straight to 158, so we don't need to search for that. So let's go and see what Aknar has to say.
Hello, I'm Aknar. I'm glad to see that you've returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. It was Cirrus who did this to me. Cirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. I warn you again. He is a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father. He will kill you. It began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the ages of Myst. He hoarded up riches for himself. While Father slept away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the ages of Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. I hated him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the ages of Myst. He burned their forests. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He completely destroyed all but 4 of the ages. Of course, I had to warn my father. And when I finally found him, there was Cirrus also talking cleverly with the lying tongue of a serpent. He convinced Father that it was I who had destroyed the ages. He convinced Father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked Father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he had planned, and his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies. And so, in dying, Father imprisoned us both, unsure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you, what I say is the truth. Release me. You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father's wrongful murder. Believe me. You must only recover 1 additional page to release me from this prison. It is the easiest to find. Go to the bookshelf that's in this library. On the far side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burned books. This book is filled with patterns. Find pattern 158. Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you to the last blue page. Remember, don't take the red page. Take only the blue page and return it quickly to me. Oh, and do not touch the green book. It is a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, for you will rot and die imprisoned as I am. I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
Okay. So, let's do this. Let's grab this book. I will actually take this with me to the fireplace. Now that pattern is different from the pattern I've invented before. Okay, every single one on the top. We've got 2 here, 1 there. Actually, I can go all the way down with that. I'm not all the way down with this. On this row, we want that one, and that one, and that one. And then all the way across the bottom. Well, let's double check. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's it. Oh! Okay, here we go. Right, I will save the game here. Right. Because we'll do the different endings, but we'll do the good ending first, and we'll open the green book, because in here we have Atlas.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to Dunny, not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend, as you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Perhaps my story isn't over. My name is Atlas. I fear you met my sons, Cirrus and Akina, read in blue books on Myst Island in my library. Many books that link me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. But the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons, Cirrus and Achenar. We had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged for access to those books, and of course I denied them. Oh, they devised a plan. An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother. They used their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunwich. Of course, I could return to Myst, except they removed a single page from my Myst linking book. I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dun, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
Okay, so it's pretty obvious that Achenar was lying because he said his father was dead. And it's obvious his father is not dead. And Cirrus, well, you know, he said his father was on a journey trying to find the truth and had perished. But the thing is, his father didn't entrap them in the books. They did it themselves for their greed. So I think I'll rather believe what he was saying. But so let's go, give him this page, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we are. Denis. This is where he is.
Ah, my friend, you've returned. And the page. Did you bring the page?
We did bring the page. There we go.
You've done the right thing.
I hope so.
I have a difficult choice to make.
Off you go.
My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
In the meantime, we can have a look around in here. There's not a lot to look at. What happened there? Something changed a bit. Is he back there? No. But there's nothing here. I mean, this definitely looks like he's trapped here. Here he is. He's back.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend, but my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh, and a reward. I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst and the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your exploration satisfying. You'll no longer have my sons to deal with. Oh, and one more thing. I'm fighting a foe much greater than my sons could ever imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. until that point, I'm afraid you'll enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you.
All right, so I think that is.
The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
I think that talk about another enemy is talking about Riven, which is going to be my next game, which I will be playing. Let's head back to Myst. That will be my next upload. I'm looking forward to playing that one because I haven't played that one for 27 years. That came out 4 years after this game. But now we have finished this game and we have the islands to roam around in freely. And that is the end of the Myst game, the good ending. So let's go back and let's do the alternative endings. So let's start off with doing the Cirrus ending. And what we need to do to get out is we need to make the panel wrong. And we'll head over to Cirrus and give him the page. And oh, what's happening? What's going on? Where are we going? Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Yes. I'm free. Oh, thank you, my friend. My dear friend. You've done the right thing.
Why am I in your place?
Stupid fool.
Oh well.
It looks like perhaps you're in the book now.
Yeah.
And what have we here? A page.
L.
No. I hope you enjoy your new home as much as I enjoyed it. I can't see you. You're getting less clear. I hope you're into books.
Bastard. What an evil, evil man. Which we knew he was.
It's much the same as I left it. Wagner.
Come on, get on with it.
Oh.
There's one more page.
Goodbye.
Okay. I think that's gone. I think that's it. We're trapped. We're trapped here forever. Okay, that's one ending. One of the bad endings. So it was obvious Cirrus was a bad man. So let's try Akinar. And see if this ending is any different. Oh, and surprisingly enough, no it isn't.
Oh, yes. I feel alive. How do you feel, my friend? Oh, and what have we here? Perhaps the pages you worked so hard for. Oops.
Why am I laughing? I've just been put to prison.
Perhaps you're seeing the world from my point of view. Oh, yes.
What a terrible person.
Cirrus. Cirrus. Maybe someone will rescue you someday. Yes.
Yes.
You lose.
And there we go. We are done. Okay, well that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Those are the endings. There is one more ending, but that's the ending where you go to Nini without the white page, and you get trapped there with Atros. So yes, that's not a great place to be. But I hope you've enjoyed this series, this video. Do come and see the next one from Riven. I'm looking forward to doing that one. I will. That won't be a guide because I cannot remember how to play it. And yeah, I had a little play of it last night, and I've forgotten everything on all the puzzles. So that will be playing that one pretty much from scratch. I do remember a few things, but not. There's a lot I've forgotten about it. Yeah, I've enjoyed this. This game was such a groundbreaking game for me at the time. And it got me really into puzzle games. It really did. I love doing puzzle games, like things like The Room and the Da Vinci Code. Not the Da Vinci Code, the Da Vinci House of Da Vinci. Those sort of things. I love those. Thank you very much for watching. Do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and it does help me to get. Well, it helps me with my channel to see who's following, and I need to get another 450. Subscribers to be able to get monetized. It'd be nice to get monetized. I really would. But I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the enjoyment. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy playing games for people to watch me. So you know, hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again on the next video. Thank you. Bye bye for now.